Hey, Winky. Hey, Carla. Looks like just us. That's okay. I don't need a big crowd to say what I gotta say. Hey, Coffee Chat, Denise R, Eva, Sissy. So I guess you saw my title. This whole place sucks. Hey, Puss in Boots. I know you are. And, well, it does. This whole place sucks. Hey, Lindsay. And it's sad. Hey, Tina. It's sad for the people that this is their outlet, and I'm one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a real life, a coffee chat, but this place is definitely a dumpster fire. The things that I hear on here are things that would never even cross my mind. And I'm not perfect. I've said shit, but I haven't come close to saying some of the shit I've heard on here. First and foremost, I'd like to say that I absolutely, and if you get mad at me, Laura, that's okay. Wouldn't be the first time. I absolutely do not agree with what you said about Nex's deceased child. Hey, Zam, I think it was freaking gross. Hey, Jessie Cat. And on behalf of everyone that has lost a child, I apologize. Hey, Catrol. I absolutely apologize. I'm sorry for your hurt, Negs. I know you said it didn't bother you because a lot of people have gone at you for the loss of your child. Hey, beautiful soul. Hey, Amy D. But I apologize. Uh, it had to hurt. Laura knows I don't agree with this, but Laura's Laura, and Laura has to be responsible for what she puts out there. Just like everybody that's dipped into her real life has to be responsible for what they put out there. Hey, Army Strong, for whoever called CPS on Makeup Mobster has to be responsible for what they put out there. Hey, Johnny Cuddy, I understand shooting from the hip, but not when it comes to deceased children. I'm sorry. Not when it comes to deceased relatives. My brother just lost a child, his only child, which was 33, but it was his child, 3 months ago. And he walks around in a fog. He calls me every day, uh, or he'll come and see me. And I'm doing my best to get him through this. No, Elizabeth, not today. But I want to go back a little bit, because let's face it, this may be one of the most gross things said on here, but it's not the only gross thing that's been said on here. Hey, Bless. Let's go back to a time. Hey, Amber K. Go. And I am by no means excusing what Laura said. It was gross. It was disgusting. I do not stand behind that shit. And she knows it. And if she wants to come at me for it, that's her business. Don't care. I don't stand for going for people's losses. Uh, I don't stand for people going for people's children or their dead relatives. I mean, just the other day, my mom got called a whore, and I was told it was just a joke. Now, my mom is deceased, and I was told that it's just a joke, man. Lighten up, lighten up. And in order to make it a joke, everybody that supported this, my mother being called a whore, who, by the way, is an angel in heaven and was an angel on earth, came in and put, my mom's a whore, my mom's a whore, my mom's a whore. If you think that lessened what you said because your supporters did that, it didn't. Even a live stream was titled, Your Mom's a Whore. Oh, there's a lot of vile shit that goes on around here. A lot of vile shit. And I don't understand it because when I first came around here, me and Brian were going at it. Okay. And I felt like I was defending Braden. Okay. That's what I felt like. But at some point, I had to stop. Hey, John. Hey, hybrid Pisces. At some point, I had to stop. And again, Negs, I know you don't watch me, but I didn't agree with what you were saying about Laura's children, but it is nowhere in comparison to what she said about yours. And I know you said it didn't hurt, but it had to hurt. It had to. I can't imagine it not. But like I said, let's go back in time because this has not been the first time that somebody's been drugged for the loss of their child. Okay. Let's go back to a panel. And I lost supporters over this because I said, if you were in that stream supporting this, I don't want you anywhere around me. So I lost supporters over that. But we'll go back to a stream where a mother who lost a child was drugged for an entire stream, all because they don't like what this person has to say, all because this person puts things out in the universe that they don't like. Not too long ago, it was brought up again on a stream. And Randy had to reel it in. And I called that stream trash bags. If you were in that stream, I called you a trash bag. And now that is the name of their membership. That is the name of their membership. I'm not sure, Tina. I would never even attempt to go there with him. All I know is it's just not something I support. And anybody that's gone at him in the past about his loss, shame on you. Shame on you. Now, I will say that I have no regrets whatsoever that Ballet Babes channel is down. No regrets whatsoever. Now, I'm not normally one that agrees with taking channels down, and I don't know who did. Laura says one down. But I absolutely have no sympathy at all for this woman because I've been at the end of her shit stick. And the woman is a freaking nut. And all she did was sit on her panel and make threats. Threats with attorneys, threats with law enforcement, threat after threat after threat. I'm not even reading the chat. Well, she went real life, and I'm sorry, I don't really care either. Well, that's your opinion, Nenny. I don't think people should go into other people's lives. I know, Lab. You're one of the supporters I lost when I said everybody in that stream over there that was going at a mother. And maybe I shouldn't have said everybody. But let's face it, Negs isn't the only one who's been drugged from hell to back over the loss of a child or the loss of a loved one. It doesn't lessen what was said. It doesn't lessen the pain that was meant to be inflicted. It doesn't change anything. But it seems like around here, after a little while, things will just smooth over and be forgotten. Everything will just smooth over. I agree, Hybrid. And Negs, I hate to tell you this, but all those people over there rallying around you, come on, Laura, you're not going to come in here and attack my chat. All those people over there rallying around you, they're not going to be there when this is all over. You're right, Miss Dorky. This place is just plain evil. You know, when you start affecting people's real life and their money, if that's all there is left of this thing, of this place, of this joint, I don't want any of it. The truth. Congrats on taking. I didn't take her down. I never even reported her. I don't care. But let's face it, she sat up there every single day making threat after threat after threat. Okay, that's enough. I'm sitting here talking about disgusting shit that goes on around here, and there's disgusting shit going on in my chat. But let's not forget that Negs is not the only one in this community that has lost a child and a comment be made. We also have Shannon. God bless her for the loss of hers. We have Corey. God bless her for the loss of hers. But it seems like the more you dislike somebody, the more that you decide that it's worse than when you did it. But Shannon did tell someone else to go die recently. I don't watch Shannon Midwestern Mary. I know she has lost a child, and for that, I have the deepest sympathy for her. But I can't handle that the way that mental illness is gone at in this community. There is so much that goes on in this community that just gets brushed under the table. So much. Hello, Angie Brooks. I can tell you, I put a lot of my personal life out there, and I regret it now. I regret ever telling YouTube that my son is an addict. Fucking regret it. Because not too long ago, Ballet Babe put up a video saying that it was, hey, Madagascar, happy Friday the 13th. Not too long ago, Ballet Babe put up a video of saying that I'm the reason my son is the that he's an addict. It's my fault. And that didn't bother me. It's not the first time that's been said. What hurt me was the people that went under there and gave her kudos for saying that. We're talking recovering addicts. I'm sorry, Johnny. Like I said, by the grace of God, I haven't, but I see my brother lost in this life right now. I see him walk around. He comes to me daily and he's just totally lost. Well, I've been told that several times, Crime Canary, that it's my fault that my child is an addict. Ballet Babe went too far many times. But now people pretend like that they don't even watch Ballet Babe. I didn't even really watch her. But my mom, who's in heaven, and like I said, was an angel here on earth, is called a whore. Your mom's a whore. Agree, British. Agree. A normal behavior pill. Wonder what the I don't even remember the last time this place was normal behavior. I've listened to people say that since Diane is gone, this place has gone to hell. Well, I disagree. I don't think Diane was the glue to this community. Go, Sam. Go. Go. I've had people make videos about me to go after other people about things. Why? You're right. There are no boundaries anymore, Amber Kay. Going real life on people, it's not a big deal. Calling people potatoes, spurting out, retards. Um, it's totally overlooked. Totally overlooked. When Ben was going through what he was going through, two comments made by the same person. Do we win if Ben dies? And the next comment was, I hope Ben gets George Floyd on his way to jail. Totally overlooked. Well, you're going to owe me some of your proceeds, Amber Kay, because that's my saying. Hello, German lady. I don't understand it. And yeah, I'm not perfect. I've said shit that I regret. I've done shit that I regret. But I try to fix it when I do. I try to apologize. I try to make amends with people. I don't understand it. Is it because we've all been cooped up? Well, get ready because we all may be cooped up again. Because this new variant, whether you're vaccinated or not, is no holds bar. You're right, Midwestern Mary. It's also not okay to threaten people to double dog dare somebody to go over and beat somebody up. I mean, we could go on for days. What's not acceptable on here? Hush your mouth, Stewie. You're right. Stop the nonsense. That's all you can do is try to be a good person. Stewie, you're pushing it. Oh, Lord, there's a panel jumper. I don't know. Stewie don't usually block anybody, so I don't know, Lady Slipper. I guess in reality, people can only be responsible for themselves, but it's just no fun anymore. It's just no fun anymore. People getting called out for their illnesses. My hernia was called my parasite twin yesterday. But you know what? I put it out there. I put it out there. Well, you keep hanging in there, Crime Canary, because I'm not so sure that there is a way to fix this. Right, British Chippy. You know, I'm not going to jump on any hate train against anybody. Not Laura, not not anybody. Because, like I said, it just comes down to you have to be responsible for what you say. You have to take the backlash for what you say. I've had to take my backlashes. Anita, we've all said that kids are off limits, but nobody's kids are really off limits. Nobody's deceased relatives are really off limits. I agree, RK. And then you see, be careful, enjoy, because trust me, getting the hell away from all of this would be great. But I love my subscribers and I love the people that follow me and I love to come on here and talk to them. But lately it's like I don't even want to click live. I did yesterday only because that song came on and I was doing housework and I thought, what a great song right now. I needed to hear that song right then. Yeah, and then he goes live occasionally, British. She's funny as shit. We had a good time on my panel the other day. Me and Minnie and Amelia and Ginger Locks and Republican Ash. I agree, Lady Slipper. It can't be mentally healthy to be cooped up the way that we have been for a year plus. And then everybody got out and got to running wild and getting back to life. And then we get this. Why didn't people do a live after live when Laura's son and daughter had CPS called on them and her daughter was devastated? Well, I can say there was a lot of haters that came in and I hate that word haters, but there was a lot of people that came in to say how sorry they were that that happened to Laura. But why should we even have to say that? Why is CPS getting called on people? Blank slate. Can I ask you a question? Because there's somebody that's going into all of these streams and it's um just a black avatar and it's called blank slate and they're just spamming the hell out of all these streams. Do you know that? Hey, two tacos. I know it's not you, but they're really just spamming the hell, writing the N word in the chat and everything. Oh, Laura said, no, that's black screen. Okay, my bad. Y'all are goofy. Can we just get to a point that if we're going to say something hateful, we just say sorry? Because sometimes an apology is all it takes. I know I would have felt better if the person who called my mom a whore would have said sorry, but instead they went live and titled it, Your Mom's a Whore. But if we lose our temper and we say things, can we just get to the point where we just say I'm sorry and we move on? Amber K and Stewie, you two are goofy. I agree, Madagascar. I totally agree. Totally agree. I think everybody is just trying to keep their head above water right now. Can we agree that bashing someone day after day for weeks on end can't end well? I totally agree, Hybrid. Totally agree. And like I said, I don't have any problem with Ballet Babes channel coming down. Whoever did it, don't care. Because guess what? I've been at the end of her crazy stick. And that channel was nothing but threats. So long, Detective Babe, who admitted to going into Laura's real life yesterday. Oh, really, Blank Slate? I'll have to ask her who she thinks it is. Yeah, she has a crazy stick, and she'll beat you with it. Yep, the good old block button, Amber K. Yeah, I heard what Negs was saying about Laura's kids. It doesn't negate what Laura said about his. I messaged Laura and I told her how I felt about it. We should all get on our knees and be thankful if you've not been in a position that you've lost a child. Well, John, I think you support a lot of people that said a lot of bad things too. I mean, I'm not saying butt negs, but I think you support a lot of people that say bad things too. I think you support people that go after people every day, day after day after day. Yes, calling someone's job, threatening to call someone's job. I don't get it, people. Why would anybody want to take food out of someone's mouth, take food off their table? Who cares whose hustle, what anybody's hustle on here is? I mean, Bombshell got rode from here to hell over Stellar making a freaking birthday super chat. Well, Stewie, good luck with that because she's one of the ones that hangs out with the people that call people potatoes and spurging out and retard and all of that kind of stuff. So if that's sexy to you, okay. I wish everyone could get along or at least ignore whoever you don't like. Yeah, absolutely. Doxed a kid and threatened him. But see, everybody got over that. Everybody said, well, they apologized, so it's okay. They apologized, so it's all right. And maybe that's what we need. If we can't control our tongues, then maybe we just need to do an apology. I did when I said what I said about John. What I said was horrible. First thing I did was go live and apologize. The next day, of course, because I had a hangover. You're already seeing the ocean, Minnie? Dag, y'all got there pretty quick. It's so hot, man. I would not want to go. Oh, it's a lake. The truth, I made an apology 5 minutes after I said it. Laura, did you apologize to Negs or just apologize to the people that were offended by it, but Negs? Because Negs is the one that's owed the apology. I did hear you apologize, but I didn't hear you apologize to Negs. And at this point, Negs probably wouldn't accept your apology because, well, it's brought him so many subs that, well, John, not right off the top of my head, I can't. And maybe I shouldn't have said that because I don't have an example. But trust me, there's somebody out there that you support that's done something shitty. Because let's face it, we've all done something shitty. I'm sorry, said Sergeant Blackrock. I don't know. Like I said, I made a couple calls to some friends yesterday, and I've really had my head buried in a couple cases. One of them being Summer, because everybody's no, I won't go live about it because everybody's covering it, and I've got my opinions, and I won't put those out there. But Laura, he's a reaction channel. I mean, that's what he does, and his reactions are downright gross. Hey, Kiki. And you did go on his panel and tell him to talk about you. You did, Laura. Okay, you stand on your conviction. And if people don't like it, oh well. Well, I'm telling you, I don't like it. And I know you don't give two shits what I like and what I don't like. There's a lot that goes on around here I don't like. Not just you. I mean, not just what you said. But if you stand on that, then that's on you, man. I don't. Because I would be a hypocrite to say that I do. And I try really hard not to be a hypocrite. I try really, really hard not to be a hypocrite. But I also don't agree with people messing with people's hustle. He did come for her as a mother. I agree, Kiki. I heard what he said. I heard what he said. Blocking is a great feature. I don't watch Negs. The few times that I have watched him, he's always attacking someone. He calls it reaction. Awkward. Isn't that what Midwestern Mary always says? Uh, it's about to get awkward. I agree, Melanie. Nobody should be messing with other people's monies. I mean, I've never lied about the money I make on here. It keeps my head above water. It's He said something to the extent as that he's surprised that Laura's been able to keep 3 kids alive or even a house plant. Something to that extent. That's something to what he said. I was listening to him. I don't think that negates what Laura said. I don't. She doesn't have a problem with it. It's on her. No, Amber, I disagree with you. You say no one's messing with their money but her. I disagree with you. There's people on here that's never purchased a candle from Laura, never bought a candle from Laura. I've never bought a candle from Laura, but you don't hear me sitting up here ragging on them. I mean, you don't see me sitting up here saying, oh my God, those are the ugliest, stupidest, bad, worst, burn your house down candle there is. Because that's her hustle, man. And anybody that's monetized on here has a hustle. I agree, Rep Ash. Kids should be off limits. All kids. Laura, I don't think that makes you awesome. I'm sorry. I just don't think that makes you awesome. I personally, my conscience wouldn't allow me. And don't act like I've never been gone for. Okay. You say you've been gone for 3 years. Okay, whatever. But I had my share of people coming at me too. People are phoning and going real life on her. I totally agree. Deciding not to buy a candle from a weirdo isn't messing. She's not losing. No, it's not. It's not, Amber. But okay, Tracy, who am I? I'm a nobody. Why is it so important of what I said? Come on, Laura. It doesn't matter who you are. What you said was freaking wrong. Why can't you just admit that? When you go after dead relatives, it's wrong. Laura has never gone real life on me, John. And the whole time I was in her Patreon, I never saw her go real life. And yes, I was in her private chats. So I can only tell you my experience with Laura. It does matter what's done to you, Laura. It does matter. I'm not sitting here saying that you haven't been tormented. But that doesn't give anybody the right to go after deceased relatives. Nobody. But you're not the only one that's done it on here, Laura. Trust me. I mean, there was a panel that was done on mommy ramblings after she lost her child. Gross. Don't care how you feel about mommy ramblings. Gross. I heard that too, Hounds, about swinging him by his ankle. I heard that too. I could never say that about my deceased child, but that's Nex's. It's not mine. That's Nex's, which by the grace of God, I don't have a deceased child, but I have a brother who's walking around in a total fog right now because he just lost his only child. And I'm sorry if I piss people off with this live stream. I'm sure I will. But I'm going to call it as I see it. And it's just not right. Of all the things that we can go at each other over, why dead relatives? Why is my mother called a whore? But it's a joke. It's a joke. I should lighten up. I should get over it. Me neither, Melanie. She's never gone real life on me. I know several people that was in her Patreon at the same time that I was, that left when I left, and none of them have ever gone. She's not gone real life on any of them. Thank you, Kiki. A lot of people do look up to Laura. That's why when Laura says shit like this, it just sends cringe through me. DC needs a big fat enema. Well, I'm not even going to consider myself the DC. I'm definitely not an OG DC. I definitely don't know. Thank you, beautiful soul. I definitely don't know some of the OGs. I've been lucky enough to meet PF, Janie, uh, Hopi, Hopi Dopey. I've been lucky enough to meet some of them, but I don't know. I just know that this isn't Negs's first rodeo. He's had his situation attacked before. Some of the people that are rallying around him right now are some of the people that did it. Thank you, OG. Beautiful disaster. But it doesn't make it any less hurtful. Okay. I'm just glad that I'm not the one that is saying this about people's relatives. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Laura has spoken. She stands by what she says. She'll take whatever backlash given to her. You too, Pearls. Laura's logic truth. We are going after. Well, I have had people say that if Laura's going to be in your stream, and I've had people come after me because Laura's in my stream. But it is what it is. I don't block a lot of people from my stream. There's a couple that I don't want in here. One of them being the one that called my mother a whore. Oh, good for you, Pearls. Everybody needs a vacation. Hey, Rain Girl. No, Laura, you're fine. I mean, you're fine to be here. I mean, why would I tell you you can't be here when other people can come into my stream that have said horrible things, that have done horrible things? Thank you, Catchroll. I try to. I try to. And speaking of which, this is my brother who just lost his son, and I seem to be his therapist. So hold on a minute. All right. My brother needs me, and I'm going to be there for him. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to make a call to him. Um, because that's more important. Thank you, Sky, than the bullshit that goes on around here. And I don't know what direction I'll take my channel, but I don't want to be a part of this community. I don't want to be a part of people attacking dead relatives, people attacking people's incomes, people going into people's real lives, people contacting uh, food stamp offices or um, calling CPS, or I just don't want any of that. Hey, Blackhearted. So, anybody mad at me? Put a one in the chat. No, I'm kidding. Don't. And as far as that goes, I'm just burn it down. Yeah, do an apology stream. Amber's mad at me. Stewie's mad at me. Notorious Stewie's mad at me. Stewie's mad at me twice. Thanks, Hopi. It's been so good to meet you guys. Let's lay off the mentally ill, okay? Amber's mad at me twice, I think. Let's lay off people's illnesses. Let's lay off their relatives. Let's lay off their money. Come on, guys. You too, Lindsay. There's people in this community right now that don't have air conditioning, that has a sick child at home, that don't have air conditioning. There's people in this community that don't have power in their homes. There's people in this community that don't have food in their refrigerator, but they won't come forward. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. True, hybrid. So you guys have a great weekend. Remember, oh, I know, Michelle, this heat is, and that's why I feel so sorry for this person who doesn't have air conditioning. Uh, they're a good person. It just, it just breaks my heart. But you guys have a great weekend. We can do so much better, cats. I know. Don't forget it's Friday the 13th. If you're superstitious, watch yourselves. Um, like I said, I have no problem with Ballet Bay being taken down. I'm sorry, I don't. Hey, Angela, whoever did it, uh, Laura didn't say in her community post that she did it. She said one down, more to go. Gray and Chasing are going live on their new channel. Ooh, I have to check it out. Hey, True Helper. Hey, Life's a Gem. But yeah, everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend. Try to stay cool. Um, put a little love in your heart. See you around the tubes.